Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? I hope everybody's set fine, dandy. Not doing too awful bad, guys, here in Oak, Kentucky. It is about 20 after 9 in the evening. Hope everybody is doing good out there and everybody's well. Been sitting here watching some YouTube myself. Thought I'd make this video. I've been wanting to make it for a day or two. On these two radios here. We got an old 1970s. It's like 1968, 1970. And then this is made in Japan. And then we've got this 2000, probably 16, 2018. It's a newer. You still buy this at Walmart. It's a Sony. And this one was a Magnavox. This one's a Sony. New. And you still buy this at Walmart today. I don't know how it sounds. I haven't put batteries in it yet. I bought this at the flea market the other day. Guy said it was old vintage. I knew better, but I wanted to get it to make a video and do some comparisons. This one is unfortunately, guys, made in China now. I thought Sony was maybe one of you guys know, maybe put in the comments. Was it an American brand or was it Japan? I think it was American. I know Sony back in the 90s. That was my heyday days back in high school and all that. And Sony was great. I mean, Sony made some really good stuff. I think it was we made it here. I'm not for sure. If we didn't make it, Japan did. But anything that you used to buy Sony, you knew it was good quality. Well, they had, you guys probably remember the Sony Walkman. Everybody had one of those. Play your cassette tapes in it. I mean, and those were unbreakable. You can drop them or whatever. They kept playing. And the heads on those was really good too. I never had no head problems on it. The rewind and fast forward was always good. They never broke. So yeah, back in the day, Sony was great. But I don't know how it is now. I don't know how it's going to sound, guys. It has an antenna. Just folds up on the side. And this one over here, it does the same. Which we looked at this here a while back. This Magnavox. This one has the same kind of style. So let's see. Put those back there because I don't want to break them. Now, there is... I'm probably going to break it. Like I said, you can buy this still down at Walmart. I think they're 20 bucks. This one weighs nothing. So that's what we're going to get ready to do. We're going to weigh these and compare. Now, it is sad because anymore, the things we buy is, in my opinion, not very good. I mean, they just expect you to play it for, like, buy this, maybe take it on a trip, and then that'll be it. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard it play. But it's very lot compared to this one. I'll take the batteries out of this one. That way we'll keep it fair because that one don't have batteries in it yet. Before we get started on that though, guys, I was going to show you. Remember that radio we just got finished? Check this out. I had to do. I wasn't going to put any stain or anything on it, but I had to. I had to do the top over, and it turned out beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What I did, I was just, I sanded it all, I got rid of everything that was on top of it, the varnish and everything, and I stained it with walnut, and then I put 2 coats of lacquer, and I let that dry, and then I took 800 grit sandpaper, and went over it, and I mean, it's like a sheet of glass, and it's smooth as you wouldn't believe. I mean, it just turned out great. But yeah, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to leave it old and beaten, but I had to end up doing it. And this is probably not one of my better radios. You know, it's not like, I don't know, I've got so many compliments on this one. And I've done one the radios that I know is 100 times more pretty and better looking quality. And well, I don't know about quality. This has got a lot of quality in it, but everybody likes this whole thing. I don't know what it is. It's missing a couple little push buttons here, and it's got mismatched knobs and everything. But people like it. But enough of that. Back to these. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the batteries out of this Magnum box. So we'll keep it all fair. And before we weigh them, we can do a comparison of what they look like inside. This is what this Magnum box looks like, guys. Very well made. Let's see if we can get into this one. I'll probably take screws out. I don't think this one. You know, I take the screws out to even see. I think it don't pop loose. Can you even take this apart? I don't even think you could take this apart, guys. It's got the AM, FM here on the side, which this one has it on the back. You know, I mean, that switch is just feels quality there, on and off. And then you got this one. It's right here on the side, and hear that? It feels like it's going to break anytime. Here's the volume. Yeah, this one is so cheap. They don't want you to see inside of it, guys. I don't see any screws or anything to take this apart. Right there's a couple. Maybe I don't know if I can take those out and this will pop apart. There's a seam. Maybe take this one out. I thought that was a screw, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be worth taking apart, guys. I'm not going to really see anything good in there. We know that. So let's just skip that. I mean, I don't think we're going to be missing anything. I don't think there's 2 screws here, but there's none up here. Unless that one goes all the way through. There's 2 down here. And then there's this one. So maybe that would make it pop apart. Yeah, I'll take it apart because I want to see. And I'm sure maybe one of you guys do too. But I'll do that off camera. Let me see if I can get this apart, guys, without breaking it. Alright, guys, I think I got it. It's just popped together. So I've got this plastic screwdriver here. Let's try this side here. There we go. And there's the inside of that one, guys. So let's compare them. And that is today's radio, and this one is back in. This one's either late 60s, early 70s. It may be a little older. I'm not for sure. But it definitely was back when things were built good. Now, maybe radios don't need all this now. I don't know. Why would they have to make it like this back then? Of course, a lot of the transistors was a gimmick. Like, that it was like it was a race on who was going to get the most transistors in a radio. So, like, one of them, somebody would come out with that 8 transistor, and then a month later, another company would come out with like a 9 or a 10 transistor. And the more transistors that you had, the better it was, supposedly. But really, it was a gimmick, because like on some of the transistors that would be in here, wouldn't really do nothing. It might be a little bit more volume, or it might just be, something, just, it wouldn't be really doing anything. So maybe that's what's going on a lot over in this one. But I doubt it I doubt it too much that's the case, in at least this radio. I was seeing this. This is weird. It's got a wire here. It's soldered here, over here to the switch, up here to the tuning capacitor. That is odd. I never saw that before. Guys see that? It's soldered here, 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 and here, and here. But it's a big difference, ain't it, guys? All this one has is just a little circuit board. It has this little microchip. That right there takes out a lot of this too. That little microchip. I have to say, that does take a lot of this stuff goes in here. So, I mean, this little thing may sound great. I don't know yet. But you can definitely see the difference in the, in the radios. It says main PCB MP. Got a little tuning capacitor. Look how big this tuning capacitor is. This has a 8 ohm speaker, which is usually what these have too. I can't tell what that says. It says 8. I think it is. So that's normal. 8 ohms. I'm surprised they don't say made in China on the speaker. I just find it a shame it's made in China. I really thought when I was looking on the bottom for it, I figured at least still be made here or in Japan, with it being Sony. But if you look real close here, right here, made in China. And on this one here, made in Japan, 704. Let's put the back on them. Get this one and the other one back together. Maybe if I can get it here. You always gotta be careful. You see what I did, guys? I had that capacitor stuck out. I could have broke it off. Luckily I didn't. Alright. See, it just wants to keep trying to do that. Alright. There's that one back together. Let's snap this one back together. Well, oh, that sounds horrible. I'll drop the screws back down in there, guys, and I'll be back. Alrighty, guys. Now, how we're going to weigh this is we're going to use this little scale. Now, this was out. Came out of the 50s, and this was a scale for mail. Manufacturer company Chicago. Where does it say? Postal. What's that say? Bates. I would have to get my magnifier to read all that. But here's the little scale. How it weighs. And I thought it said the prices on here too. Fearless Postal Scale. It's a 4-pound capacity. 2 cents each. Let me get my magnifying glass, guys. Alrighty, let's see. Letters, 2 cents for each ounce, or fraction thereof. Merchandise, 1 cent. Books, and what was CIRB? That's 1 cent per ounce. Newspapers, 1 cent, 4 ounces. And the books, guys, it was 2 ounces, 1 cent for 4 ounces. And the mail, no books, I can't really see. 20 ounces. I don't get that. 20 ounces. It says books, 1 cent, 20 ounce. Letters, 2 cents for each ounce, or fraction thereof. Merchandise. Anyway, pretty cool little scale. So that's how we're going to weigh this, guys. Let's see how I can get hold of these. Let's see. I probably can just hook this one to the string. Probably hang it on the little hook here. Alright. Get it around here. What's that reading? About 5. Is that what that is? 5? I'll turn this light out, see if it helps. Focus. I think it's 5. It just ain't gonna focus, guys. It's 4.5. Let me see. I can get it up here in a lot. We're gonna call it 5. 5 ounces. The Sony is 5 ounces. Now I gotta find something to hook this to. Maybe I can hook it right here. Yeah. What's that say? Ain't much more, is it? It is 9. Let me look. Yeah, this is 9 ounces, guys. I don't know why the camera's not picking this up, even through the magnifying glass. It would help if my magnifying glass was clean. Is there something right in the middle of it? But yeah, it's right at 9. Let's try the Sony again. And it's about 5. So 5 ounces on the Sony and 9 on the Magnavox. So I figured there'd be a little bit more. I figured the Magnavox would weigh a little bit more, but it's not too much over. So now the next test is, how do they sound? So that's what we'll do. I gotta get the batteries put in, guys, and I'll be back. Alrighty, guys. First, we're going to do the Magnavox. Now, this one here, guys, I'm going to have to recap it. I'm going to have to get it down and recap it. It's not very loud. Here's the volume, and I've got it all the way up. Let's see what AM does. I had to put the external antenna on, guys. It was really quiet. You couldn't hardly hear it. I put that on. It boosted the sound up a little bit. So yeah. Here's AM. Check this out. Check the badge out. It's got that movie, like the mask of the movies. That light, it glares off of it, so you can't really see it. But it's really neat. It's got like the theater mask. It's got a nuclear symbol. I don't know what that one is. It's a harp. I don't know what this one over here is. It looks like a little devil. Whatever it is, it has a tail. Yeah, it's a little devil. That's weird, ain't it? It's got a little devil here, nuclear, the theater, and then whatever the harp stands for. So, this one needs recap, but we're going to give it some leniency, a little leeway on, because this is almost 50 years old. And it still works, so just needs recapped. I don't think the Sony will probably be working that long. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm being too hard on it, but I doubt it. I probably should have recapped that and made it sound better before I made this video, but oh well. So the batteries are in the Sony. Let's see what it's going to do. Well, it's already louder. Uh-oh. I have to say, guys, it sounds pretty good. I don't even have the antenna up. Let's go to AM. It's doing pretty good too. I like the little tune a lot. It is a Sony, so maybe, just maybe, they told whoever makes these you cannot go completely too cheap on them. So there we go, guys. It fooled me on the weight. I really thought this weighed a lot less than this, just off a few ounces. And this one, the Sony, definitely sounds good. So I wish I had this recapped and sounding just as good, because it kind of, but this is almost 50 years old, so you got to forgive it a little bit. And once it gets a new caps in it, it'll be as loud as this. It picks up good. It's just not loud. And I don't understand that unless it. So, I don't know. I'll have to put this on the workbench and get her fixed. But I thought it'd be interesting kind of comparing the new and the old. I hope everybody had a great Tuesday. I hope y'all have a great Wednesday tomorrow, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's happy. And everybody's just doing good. So, until the next one, guys. I'll see you right here at Redneck Ways. I hope you got some kind of enjoyment or laughter or something out of this video. Alright, guys. Talk to you later. Guys, I try to go in there and clean this and try to get a little louder, but it just, I don't know, it won't get loud. But it picks up just the same, all the stations that one does. It's just not loud. But I guess the moral to this video, I wish more things were still made here at home. So, I guess that's what it was. Even though the Sony outplayed that tonight as far as sound, you know. But I'm not going to knock it because it did sound pretty good. It's just the bad thing was it was made in China. But like I was saying earlier in the video, Sony's always been a good brand. I mean, all their, like their car rate stereos, everything back in the 90s were, I mean, they just sounded, they was clear. They had good bass, good treble, good tone. They just sounded great. So, I'm kind of glad this did sound good. At least they haven't, you know, cheapened all the way out where you're getting something that only picks up stuff here in the city. And this seemed like it did pretty good on AM too. So, alrighty guys, I'll talk to you later.